Hello, pre-calculus students. This is Mr. Moore, and in this video, we'll go over how you can use Epiphany to solve problems related to completing by the square. And this is also just a good general example of how to solve these problems if you choose to do them on paper or in some other sort of technical tool. I want to use this as an opportunity to point out that if you're going to use technical tools to help you with your math homework, make sure it's something that's a tool to help you, not a crutch that you lean on or something that's really doing the work for you. Because if you do that, you're going to get to the test, you're going to have a tough time. Epiphany is designed to help you understand where you're making mistakes and fix them along the way. So let's start by sharing my screen. I am already logged in here. And am I recording? I'm going to confirm that I'm recording. Yes, I am recording. Very good. I've done that before, trying to not make the same mistake. Here we have our assignment for this weekend, solving by completing the square. We're going to start by working on this problem here, number one, and I'm going to add some notes here. You'll see here under answer options, I can enter an explanation. This isn't going to be checked by the system. I'm going to backspace over the text. You got to be careful. If you go past the first letter, it will stop being text. So I'm going to type an explanation in here, and I'm going to say, there are two ways to solve a problem by completing the square. First, we'll try converting to vector form. Okay, and if it's a text entry, it's not going to check what you did. It's just going to accept it, and you can leave that in there as a note if you want. You can also put a little comment over here. If you want to add a comment, you can add a comment for me. This is my account here, Mr. Moore. All right, next, I'm going to calculate the h value. H equals -2 over 2 times 1. Let me, this screen is a little bit large. Sometimes if the zoom is a little large, you'll get these weird extra line breaks. So I'm going to take that out. H equals -2 over 2 times 1 equals -1. And I'm going to enter this as scratch work without review. And now I want k. K is equal to -1 squared is just 1. -2 minus 3 equals -4. Is that right? That's right. I'm going to enter this as scratch work. Now I'm going to go back to this original problem, and I'm going to enter this in vector form. And I got a minus 1 squared minus 4 equals 0. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like I made a mistake somewhere. I can enter a comment here, or I can just hit escape and ignore this. I'm going to add a comment here. Oh, I figured out what I did. I forgot to subtract -1. Save that. Close that feedback. This should be a minus -1 squared minus 4 equals 0. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, now I've got it. I'm going to change it around again. A plus 1 squared equals 4. Next, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. I get a plus 1 equals plus or minus. Oh, I can't do that. I do have a GUI as another way to enter things. I've been entering things with text here. The usual shortcuts, caret for exponents and slash for dividing by work. But here we have all kinds of other functions, including a plus or minus symbol, which is not on this main page, but it is in the algebra items. Here's plus or minus 2. And I'll hit enter again, or you can click next step. You also can enter things through the handwriting interface if you're using like a tablet or a cell phone. That can be a neat way to do it. And a equals -1 plus or minus. I'm going to use the shortcut \PM is the shortcut for plus or minus. There are shortcuts for everything. We're adding little hints on those if you want to use them. And this is my answer. A equals -1 plus or minus 2. I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to separate it out. I'm going to say a equals -1 plus 2. You can type the word or you can just add a solution here, which is going to put the word or there. -1 minus 2. A equals 1 or -3. And once you're finished, you can click done. We're not going to do that right now because we're going to try this that second way we talked about. The second way to do this is to create a perfect square trinomial. So we're going to go back to this original problem. I'm going to copy and paste this. That's the copy button there. And then down here, I'm going to go paste. And I'm going to start by adding, well, let's just use this as a starting point again. And I'm going to copy and paste this again. First, I'm going to take the number and put it on the right side. So I'm going to say a squared, adding 3 to both sides, a squared plus 2a equals 3. Oh, let me add a comment here and say what I'm doing so that people who see this later will be able to understand what's going on. I'm going to insert an explanation. Let's backspace here. Next, we'll do this by creating a perfect square trinomial. This is the way to do it if you don't want to memorize all the equations. But h equals negative b over 2a isn't so bad. If you know that, it's the first part of the quadratic equation anyway. It's a good way to always know how to do this. Next step. Okay, I'm going to copy this line up here and paste it. And we have a squared minus 2 plus 2a equals 3. Okay, now what do we do next? Well, I want a perfect square trinomial. What I need to do to get this, I still do the negative b over 2a thing. Negative b over 2a is negative 1. And what I'm going to do is square that. So what I'm going to put is h squared over here. This will be a squared plus 2a plus h squared equals 3. I'm going to enter this as without review. So I'll have a squared plus 2a. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. Oh, and actually, this was a mistake. I really should have said plus h squared on the right, 2. You got to add it to both sides. You can't just do it to one side. Oh, that deleted my work. A squared plus 2a plus 1 equals 3 plus 1. Next step. Now, the whole reason we did this is we now have a perfect square trinomial on the left. This is a plus 1 squared equals 4. And I can now finish this up exactly the way I did before. A plus 1 equals plus or minus 2. And I'm going to add some text after this. I can add it as after some math as well. And continue to the solution as we did above. I'm going to enter this as entry without review. So I will click done here. And this is how you can use Epiphany to solve this step by step. It's going to give you advice along the way if you make a mistake. It also gives me the ability to see, hey, who's having trouble with which problems? Rather than you doing your homework one night, you turn it in the next morning, I see it, maybe we talk about a couple problems in class that you tell me you have problems with. I can actually see before class, like, hey, this is where students are having trouble. We can review it then, rather than waiting a day or two to see where people are having trouble. So I hope this is helpful for you. Have a great weekend.